Hello, my name is Ursula James. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm also an author and patron of Anxiety UK. Welcome to HypnoSOS, short hypnosis sessions to help you get through the day. There are lots to choose from, with different subjects from stress management, reducing anxiety, better sleep, and many more. Each episode is around 15 minutes long, containing relaxation and lots of positive but different suggestions each week. If you haven't listened before, please take note of the following instructions. If not, you can skip forward to the chimes where the session will begin. Find a time and a place where you can be as undisturbed as possible. You can sit down or lie down, it doesn't matter which, as long as you can be comfortable. Use headphones. It does improve the experience. If anyone or anything disturbs you while you are listening, you'll deal with it. Close your eyes again, take 3 deep breaths and continue from where you left off. It is important for you to know that you are and you remain in control throughout the session, and that you do not do anything else while listening to the hypnosis, especially not driving. Finally, you can learn more about me, the MP3s I offer, my books, and also access a free online self-hypnosis course by going to my website, ursulajames.com. You'll find all of these details in the episode notes. And please, if you find this podcast useful, be kind enough to share, subscribe, and of course, leave a review. If you have any suggestions for future sessions, make sure to put them in your review. Thank you. Do enjoy this week's HypnoSOS. In this audio, I'm going to make some positive suggestions to help you sleep well and stress less. Sit down or lie down, if you haven't already, and close your eyes. Put your body into a neutral position, your arms resting by your side, your legs uncrossed. This way, any unnecessary nervous tension can just drain from you easily. On your breath, on your out breath, you can start now. Start to relax by either listening to the sound of my voice or focusing on the pauses between, or even the words that I say. Or you can let your mind wander. It really doesn't matter how you choose to interact in these moments. Because I want you to know one of the most important things about this process is that you are and you remain in control throughout. And you can begin to, and continue to, take more and more control of the process if you wish, allowing your thoughts to wander, allowing your body to relax, and just settling into experiencing these moments as fully as you can. letting your mind find its own way to help you to begin to and continue to connect with the unconscious part of your mind. The part of your mind that knows you best. The part of your mind you can neither trick nor fool. The part of your mind that takes over when it's time to sleep. And perhaps in the past, if you had difficulty sleeping, you found yourself trying to sleep. And the harder one tries, the more difficult it becomes. It's like trying to walk or trying to ride a bike. These things, which are unconscious processes, become interrupted, complicated, difficult, or even impossible when we think about them. So in order to sleep deeply and well, you have to start trusting the unconscious part of your mind to take over appropriately, to let you fall into a deep and natural sleep. And if, for whatever reason, you feel stressed, it becomes a barrier to handing over control to that part of your mind. It feels like a loss of control rather than handing it over to the part that really knows what to do. And poor sleep can become a habit. One that not only causes the person to feel more tired, but means it becomes harder to think, to process. The mind becomes foggy. But by using this audio, by gradually and naturally making the connection between the conscious and the unconscious part of your mind, you can hand over control easily. Because you understand and recognize that it is still you that has control. And the stress which had, perhaps in the past, disturbed this pattern can be put on one side. Put on one side to allow yourself to naturally hand over to your unconscious mind so you can sleep deep, deep, peaceful sleep. And sleep deeply and well. And even as you listen to the sound of my voice, your unconscious mind is making a choice onto how it interacts with this process. That unconscious part of your mind is always alert and aware, even when you are profoundly asleep, to keep you safe, to ensure that all the unconscious functions that need to occur continue. Your breathing, your heart rate, your hair growing, myriad unconscious functions that you trust the unconscious part of your mind to do what it needs to do. You may experience a feeling of drifting or floating, and that will be fine, just fine. You may notice that your breathing has deepened, all perfectly natural, all fine. You may notice that it becomes progressively difficult to hold on to any thoughts, especially anything that may have disturbed or bothered you. And if there is anything in your mind that has no place, you can just breathe it out and float it to the back of your mind, all the way to the back of your mind where it can rest. And if need be, if it is a problem that needs resolving, this will happen in your sleep, in your dreams, where your unconscious mind can remind you what you're capable of, where your unconscious mind can once again connect with a part of you that is strong and resilient, grounded and able to deal with stress. A part of your mind that is able to, and willing to, protect you, to create a boundary, a barrier, so you respond appropriately to the things which in the past used to disturb or bother you. In fact, as a result of making the connection in this state, you will find that you respond so much better, so much more calmly, so much more in control. And the things which in the past used to stress or disturb you, they are diminished. And even as you experience these moments, any thoughts which disturbed you and have floated to the back of your mind are being processed by your unconscious mind to help you find a better way of responding, a more appropriate way of dealing with the things which in the past would have bothered or disturbed you. And if you find during this process that there are times when your mind drifts and your thoughts wander, and you feel as if you have not consciously registered every word, that will be fine. Just fine. You see, it really doesn't matter whether you consciously hear and process every word, because your unconscious mind is always listening. In the same way that in a crowd, if you hear your name, you will register it, no matter how quietly it has been spoken. Your unconscious mind is there to protect you, to ensure that you always feel safe, comfortable, and in control, and can respond appropriately. Responding appropriately to the need to sleep. Deep, deep, natural sleep. Deep, deep, healing sleep. A sleep from which you will wake feeling calm, refreshed, relaxed, and better. Better and more optimistic than you have felt in a long, long while. And you will wake fully at the end of this process. Fully from the hypnosis. But if you are in a space and in a time, in a place, and there is a need to sleep, your unconscious mind will, instead of bringing you fully awake, carry you into a natural sleep from which you can wake fully, naturally, and appropriately. And if, at the end of this process, it is time for you to wake fully and engage with the world, you can, you will. Either way, remember, you have control. And in a few moments in time, you will hear me count up from 1 to 10. And at the count of 8, your eyes will naturally and easily open. And at the count of 10, you'll be fully wide awake. All normal, healthy, and appropriate sensations and responses will be back with you. Back with you in the present. And you will feel calm, strong, and refreshed, as if you have had a sleep. And anything which, before you engaged with this audio, bothered or disturbed you, you will find you feel different, stronger, more able to deal with that thing, more grounded, more secure. In fact, you will feel as if you now have control. If not of the situation, at least of how you choose to respond. And so, in a few moments in time, you will hear me count from 1 to 10, and at the count of 8, your eyes will naturally and easily open, and at the count of 10, you will be fully wide awake. All normal, healthy, and appropriate sensations and responses will be back with you, and you will be brought out of the hypnosis, and your unconscious mind and your circumstances will dictate whether you wake fully or whether you allow yourself to sleep, waking naturally from that sleep at the appropriate time. So ready, 1, 2, 3, more aware, 4, 5, 6, more alert, 7, 8. Open your eyes if you are going to wake fully right now. 9 and 10. Out of the hypnosis and into the appropriate state for this moment, for you. You have control. Be kind enough to like, subscribe, and leave a review. It does help. Thank you.